Michelle Smallman to show up.
Not Fallman?
Not Fallman.
She's throwing out the first pitch of the Cardinals game today.
It's a big day for her and a big day for our show. She can't mess this up, man. Our name is on the line. After she double bounced it in Milwaukee, we've rallied around her. We've given her tips and pointers. We've had people on the show. Buster Olney, Ali Marmal. All of these folks, Chaim Bloom came on last week. All of these people pouring into Michelle Smallman so she can execute this first pitch and throw it at a level that makes us all proud.
2:15 p.m. Eastern.
It's a lot of pressure on this thing.
You want me to add to it?
What's up?
It's on ESPN Unlimited. We have it on the ESPN app today.
Yes.
Phillies and Cardinals, she's throwing out the first pitch. We've been stumbling a bunch, though. I mean, you put out such a great video yesterday with 5 Hour Energy, and it was really awesome. Until you left the great man, the representative from 5 Hour Energy, hanging on a big high five. CC they have 2 new flavors, and the jelly donut and the Boston cream. And it is such a good video at Unsports ESPN. You guys have to see this. CC, I'm watching this video last night. I had no idea you were doing this.
Yeah.
So you go over to ESPN New York, you're filming this great video, they have all these new flavors, you have a brilliant concept of like the signing day concept with the hats, whatever, and then there's a big high five, and of course, this is now the second time in 2 weeks you've left someone hanging on the high five. You did it with Jordan Rodgers on First Take.
Well, Steve didn't realize that this was about me. It wasn't about him, right? And
people have to know that with you.
Well, I mean, listen, Steve, 5 Hour Energy, we got nothing but love for you here on the show.
Well, that was clear. You were loving it.
Yeah. But let me celebrate my choice
it was amazing.
of the new flavors from 5 Hour Energy the way that I want to. Don't get in on my celebration. If you have a guy that scores a touchdown and he's doing his celebration, don't come over there and try to get his shot.
Oh, interesting.
Just allow him to celebrate.
You were doing your 5 Hour
fun.
Energy TD dance.
Exactly. I was celebrating the way that I wanted to. Don't try to co-opt my celebration.
It was an awesome video. People can go at Unsports
Steve from 5 Hour Energy was clout chasing on my decision day when it came to my 5 Hour Energy flavor of choice.
And I got to tell you, I don't know that I've seen you in a baseball hat. That was a good look.
Yeah.
Like that pink-red kind of fluorescent, whatever that color was on you.
Exactly.
That was a good color
I look good in hats.
You looked really good.
That's why Lids needs to come through with yet another care package. Get us ready for the season.
Come
on, man.
Someone is ready for the day today.
I'm ready to roll,
You
man.
got 5 Hour Energy. You got Lids. You know what? A walking billboard. Chris Canty cares about his partners. Well done.
I mean, listen, I don't want to be like Pat Costello and say your sponsorship here.
No, you don't need to.
I don't need to.
You don't need to.
Exactly.
Pat, how does that make you feel that CC is just dancing on the idea that he is awesome with his advertising partners and his partners for the show with products that he actually loves and endorses like 5 Hour Energy, and he's just rubbing it in that you have what some have said is the most popular moment on this show. I'm over it every day at 7:45 a.m. Eastern Time, and no one cares to sponsor you, Pat.
That's okay. I'm still available.
Maybe there's a reason for that. J.J. McCarthy may be available. What a transition. As yesterday, the Minnesota Vikings make a move and they name a starting quarterback. Let's hear from Kevin O'Connell before we get CC's reaction on this in terms of assessing this football team. Nobody does it better than CC in terms of analyzing NFL. Just don't slap him 5. He's going to leave you hanging. Kevin O'Connell, Vikings head coach, had this on why Kyler Murray is the starting quarterback and not J.J. McCarthy.
There's moments in time where there's comfort from Kyler in the scheme. He had some really high completion days where he was able to show some really, really good understanding of just putting the ball in play, playing with great timing, rhythm. You guys have seen him be explosive when there's opportunities there, but you've also seen him check the ball down and put the ball in play and get us from a 1st and 10 to a 2nd and 3. And then, as you continue to look at the body of work through those 10 days, what jumped out is what could be.
Okay. Are you surprised in any way, shape, or form that Kyler Murray, who signed in March on a 1-year, little over $1 million deal with the Minnesota Vikings, was named their starting quarterback?
Not surprised that Kyler Murray won the job. I am surprised that they made the announcement before they even played one preseason game. I thought this was going to be a legitimate quarterback competition, and if you're looking at it objectively, the Minnesota Vikings have a hell of a lot more invested in J.J. McCarthy than they do Kyler Murray. A top 10 pick. They have multiple years of team control left on that deal. With Kyler Murray's contract, there is a no franchise tag clause, so the Minnesota Vikings have no control over Kyler Murray after this season. So if he goes out there and performs well, then best case scenario for the Vikings for sure. But then ultimately, they can't stop him from going into free agency unencumbered. So I thought there would be more of a battle when it came to who's going to be QB1 in Minnesota coming into this season, and it just didn't work out that way. And it's an indictment on everybody that has fingerprints on the decision to draft J.J. McCarthy in 2024 with the top 10 pick, taking him over Bo Nix. Everybody that had a voice in that room that picked JJ over Bo Nix is on the hot seat right now as far as I'm concerned. The only question is, how much of a hand did head coach Kevin O'Connell have in all of it?
Kwesi Adofo-Mensah is their former general manager. He was let go. It comes off as he is no longer the GM because of that decision. A reminder, they traded up to get JJ McCarthy, so it looks maybe even worse. But to your point, Kevin O'Connell is a really good head coach. Nobody's saying he's not. Kevin O'Connell has been credited with the development of Sam Darnold, right? Sam Darnold, oh, wow, they found him, they developed him. Sam Darnold's best season was in Seattle. He won the Super Bowl last year.
But that's the problem, though. That in hindsight, makes everybody in Minnesota look bad because the objective is to win a championship. And with Sam Darnold's 2024 campaign, you felt like he had finally put it all together and it was trending in the right direction, and you let the guy walk out of the building. He didn't even get a top-of-the-market quarterback deal. Sam Darnold is making $33.5 million a year. That is a bargain for a Super Bowl winning quarterback. The only problem is the Minnesota Vikings had him in the building. They didn't think he was worth the money because they didn't think he could win a Super Bowl. He stumbled down the stretch, embarrassing loss in Week 18 to the Detroit Lions, division rival, embarrassing loss in the playoffs to the LA Rams, and they used the 2-game sample size at the end of the season to dismiss the entirety of the body of work from Sam Darnold in 2024, and it came back to bite him in the ass because that guy went to Seattle, maintained his winning ways, won 14 more games in the regular season, and oh, by the way, won a Super Bowl.
So just to be clear, I would have done the same thing that Minnesota did. I'm a talk show host, not a general manager. I would have made the same mistake.
If you listen to the fans, you're going to be sitting with them. That's what they say.
So,
and it's Kevin O'Connell's job, along with Kwesi Adofo-Mensah, and along with the front office, along with the assistant coaches on staff, to make a full evaluation of the player before making those decisions. You don't make decisions based on 2 weeks. You make decisions based on a full season. You make decisions based on a full career. And I don't think they took time to fully process and digest the strides that Sam Darnold has made as a player, combined with the raw talent that dude possesses. Sam Darnold was the 3rd overall pick for a reason. It's not as if the guy didn't have talent. He just wasn't in the right situation. And he finally got in the incubator that was that Shanahan scheme, 1 year sitting on the bench in San Francisco, and then 1 full season as a starter in Minnesota. And you saw this guy is capable of putting together a double-digit win season and positioning our team to try to go on a deep playoff run. It's not as if we didn't see it coming.
Well, and that's a perfect setup because Darnold was a 3rd pick, had the talent. When that regime that you just discussed was in place, they did not make the decision to bring him back. So you wonder how those lasting effects would impact somebody that was drafted even higher as the number 1 overall pick in Kyler Murray, because it almost feels in a weird way like what we say about the Eagles at their offensive coordinator position. No matter what happens at OC for the Eagles, they're going to have a new one next year. If the person's not good, he's going to get fired. If the person's great, he's going to get a head coaching job. So now what happens with Kyler Murray? Because he is the starting quarterback. J.J. McCarthy is on the bench. Adam Schefter, ESPN senior NFL insider, was on NFL Live yesterday. Of course, he's with us every Tuesday here on Unsportsmanlike. Had this to say on the ramifications if Kyler plays well.
It does create a very interesting, intriguing situation for each quarterback because when Kyler Murray went there, he had the tag inserted in his contract that said he could not be tagged. There was a clause there put in there. So if he has a great year and wants to test free agency, then he would be allowed to leave. But of course, if he has a great year, you would think he'd want to stay because the Vikings right now have been playing catch-up after losing both Daniel Jones and Sam Darnold, who they had in Minnesota. Both quarterbacks went on to shine elsewhere, and the Vikings now are trying to come up with another